And today is a first class kind of thing. Yesterday just we have installed we have downloaded one uh, virtual box, Oracle virtual box. On top of that we try to install the Ubuntu machine, Ubuntu or CentOS. Okay, then once you install you can clone in this way. Now your new operating system with the new machine you just created new machine. Now you can connect it. Okay, you can connect and you can do all the operations. Okay. So as a DevOps engineer, we have to have a Linux understanding for everyone. Sure, we are not installing on the MacBook. First, we are installing CentOS on top of your machine. Okay, sorry, VirtualBox on your MacBook. Once you install the VirtualBox, on top of that we are installing CentOS. Okay. Still, if you have any doubts, just you can I'll unmute you if you want. You can talk. Okay. Now, in this way, we have installed n number of operating systems. Okay, fine. As per the requirements, you can clone it whenever you want. You can clone it, and you can if you don't require it, you can delete it, and okay, in that way you can save your resources and all. So the first steps what we are trying to understand is, first we try to understand Linux, then we go with a shell scripting, and we go with some classes on AWS, then we go with different things. Okay. First, to understand Linux, let me start one virtual machine. Okay, it is a CentOS kind of thing in my machine. See, the CentOS, Red Hat, Fedora, all these are same kind of flavors in a Linux point of view. Okay. Most of the companies nowadays using, okay, I said CentOS, but it is in Ubuntu only. Let me stop this. Okay, it is CentOS, so it is showing. Okay, let me power off this and we'll start other server. Okay, I'll share you some of the documents on Linux. Every day you have to practice at least 1 hour on Linux. Okay, until we complete the course of DevOps, you have to practice every day the Linux. So the Linux is one of the major part, okay, in a DevOps. It is not only the Linux. Why? Because most of them are using operating system as a Linux or Ubuntu. That's why I'm asking you to practice daily at least 1 hour on Linux. I'll give you the required documents and required resources to practice it. Let me start the other machine as well, which we created yesterday. We'll try to set up a network. Okay, how can we access them? From the putty. Why required putty? Those also I'll explain. Okay, suppose your data center is somewhere else. Okay, you don't have an access on directly on the server, right? It is somewhere else in a data center. You are sitting at your corporate office and you're trying to connect to your Linux machine, right? It is somewhere at a data center level. You are trying to access it. How can we access them? How can we access them? That we try to understand. Okay, suppose it is my Linux machine, it is started. Let me say I'm accessing the root. Okay, when you want to in a virtual box, when you want your cursor become free, just you have to press right side control key. If you press right side control key, your cursor will get free. Then the cursor can move anywhere. Otherwise, it will be, see that my cursor is moving anywhere now. If I am on this particular server, it is not moving outside of the cursor. See that it will be moving in this particular one server only. Okay, to come out of that particular server, you can press right side controls. Now it is moving. Now see that I'm on an open terminal. See that yesterday we discussed that if there is an hash, you are in a root user, right? You are in a root user. That means super user. Okay. First 2 days we'll try to understand all the Linux commands. Then onwards we'll jump into other classes. First, if you want to know what is your host name of this particular server, you can run command called host name. Host name is nothing but your system name. Okay, it is saying that it is CentOS2.mylab.local. Generally, CentOS2 is your system name. Okay, CentOS2 is a system name, and the mylab.local, there is a mylab.local, right? The mylab.local is nothing but your domain name. Suppose it may be suppose some people they may have, suppose they are working for a Google. Okay, they have a one server 1.google.com. Okay, server 1.google.com. Okay, or else okay, that means a domain name of that particular server. Okay, you can give whatever the domain name as per your requirements. If you have registered, you can give a domain name. Okay. Here I said that okay, it is a mylab.domain name kind of thing. It is a mylab.local. I have given my own domain. That is up to it is a I want to use it in a local. That's why I have given a local domain. So how can I give that? Let us see. Let us understand how can we set up host name. How can we connect that from the different server. Let us understand. If you want to check IP address of the machine, you can run if config -a. You see that when I run if config -a, it is showing your Ethernet card address. This is the ETH0. This is the Docker one. Just forgot about this as of now. It is the ETH0 is nothing but your network card address. First network card. This is the second network card, and the IP address of first network card is this. Second network card is this. Okay, this is the IP address of your network. Suppose if you want to connect, you can connect whichever you want. You can take whichever the IP address and you can connect it. But ideally, this 192.168.56.101 is your local IP address. The 10.172.17 is there, right? That is your remote, that is your NAT address. The 10.0.2.4 is the NAT address. That we don't use generally. That will be used for only for communicating external world. If you want to download any package, yes, we use that. Okay. Okay. Then let us see how can we connect this particular server from the PuTTY. PuTTY is a utility. You can download it. Okay, let me connect it. First, it is a 101 is my IP address, 192.168.56.101. You can download this particular putty.exe from putty.org. Go in this particular location, putty.org. You can download this particular one, the putty first link. Once you download, you can see this particular utility .exe file. Now you can run command like 192.168.56.101. Immediately, suppose now you don't know where the server is located, in your data center it is located. Now you are trying to connect that particular server. You are trying to connect that particular server. Now the username is, suppose I say root. The password is password for the root. You have to get. In general, in real time, no one will connect your server as a root. No one will connect your server as a root. It will not allow it also. It will not allow you to connect as a root. Why? Because if it is allowed, okay, some people, unauthorized user, they have access. Okay, then they also can access the server and they can do some unusual things. So no one will allow you to connect your server as a root. Fine. Here it is my local system. It is my own system, so I enable it and connect it. Fine. Once you connected, you can work as your system now. Once you connected, you can work all the things. Let us say I'll change some where like will appearance will change it. Okay. Now we ran if config -a, right? You can see that all your Ethernet address, all those things. Okay. If you run a clear command, it will clear your screen. Okay. If you know already the Linux basics, it will be something boring. But if you don't know, just you can go through it. Now, one of the important things we have to understand is there will be a directory structure. There will be a directory structure in a so if you see in a Windows environment, you could see there is a C drive, there is a E drive. Okay, in that way you can see it, right? Whereas in the Unix level, there will be a directory structure. The directory structure will show you, okay, it will guide you how can you utilize your, okay, how can you manage your Linux machines. What are the directory structures we have? So what are the directories we have? We try to understand that. What are the directories we have and what is the purpose of that? Especially the directory structures are, if I say ls, let me do these many directories are there in your environment. What is these directories? Okay, first we'll try to understand. There is a slash directory. This one we can run the pwd. It will tell you where exactly you are, present working directory. It will tell you the present working directory. In the present working directory, okay, you have in a root these many directories are there already. So what is the use for? What exactly these are all? Okay. What exactly these are all? If you understand this, we need to understand the Linux directory structure. Okay, let me show you that. Okay. Right, just take this much up to. Okay, let us see whatever it is. See, these many in a slash, these many directories are there in Linux. Okay, first we'll try to understand what is a proc. There is a slash proc. Slash proc is, okay, it is used for your process information. What is process information? Whenever, if you see in a Windows environment, when you right click on your machine, go to task manager, you can see that these are all the processes which are running on your machine as of now. These are all the machines these are all the processes which are running as of now. Then what is a process? Process is nothing but there will be a service. When you execute that particular service, it will start one service, one particular process related to that particular service. See that? We have started 3 virtual box environments over here. So it has started 3 processes related to it. Okay. It has just started 3 processes. Fine. Okay. Fine. Now, if you want to stop any particular process, you can stop it. Okay. You can say end a task, right? You can say end task. If you want to see performance of your machine, you can see that the CPU using this much of percent. Okay, so 19% of your CPU is utilizing. Memory is something this much, disk is something this. Okay, you can understand all the Wi-Fi is using this much, all your performance issues over here. In the same way, there is a folder called proc. It will maintain all your system information. Let us see that. Go to the proc directory. See, this is there here, the proc. cd proc. If you say ls means list files. See, these many some folders or files are available. The proc directory generally tell you that your system runtime information. It will tell you this. Okay, it will tell you the runtime information. Now let us say I want to check how many disks are attached to my system. See that you can see that you are if you want to see the CPU information, you can say CPU info, command line information, keys, or else if you want to check memory information, you can say that mem info. If you want to check disks information, you can see that there will be one folder called partitions. Okay, if you want to check how many disks are connected to my machine, you can say just more partitions. Then we see that these are all the partitions we have. SDA1, SDA2. These many disks are in general. I can say these many disks are available. Okay, these many disks are available. In that way, we can understand. Okay, what is a proc? Proc is nothing but your system runtime information. Now, there will be two directories. One is bin, another one is sbin. The bin is nothing but all the system, all the normal user, whoever can execute the commands. Those informations will be kept in a bin directory. Suppose there will be some commands only administrator can execute it. Normal users will not allow to execute it. Okay, at that those commands will kept in a sbin. That is system binaries, not a normal user binaries. Okay, user binaries means whatever the user can execute. Okay, whatever the user can execute, normal user can be stored in a slash bin. Okay, whoever the super user or root can execute the command, that will be kept in slash sbin command. All your system configuration information will be kept in slash etc directory. The etc will kept all the system configuration information. Let us go into the slash etc. You can see that these are all the configuration files. Conf. These are all the configuration files. All the configuration information will be kept in a etc directory, or your network related, or else whatever it is. Okay, let us understand those things in our coming classes. But as of now, we try to understand all the system configuration information. Configuration files will be kept in a directory called etc directory. Now, there will be a directory called dev. All the devices files will be kept. What is the device files? Suppose I connected a new hardware. I connected a new hardware, or else I connected a pen drive. Suppose I connected some CD writer. Whatever you connected to your machine, that information will be stored in this particular slash dev. Let us say, just we try to understand one command. Okay, partitions, right? In a slash cd slash proc slash more partitions. These are all the partitions you have: disk SDA1, SDA2. But where exactly these are all stored? All these is in a dev directory. Why? Because these are all the devices. You can see these many devices you have. Okay, ls-1 lrt SDA. Just we have seen that. Okay, one SDA disk is attached. In that way, all your disk related information, okay, disks or whatever the hardware related, you connected to your machine, the devices, the device files, especially the device file, will be kept in a slash dev directory. Just we try to understand what the proc var. Var is one of the important file after etc. etc will be the configuration file. Every directory is important, but var is regularly we try to monitor that. It will maintain variable files. What is variable? A variable files is nothing, or else you can say it as a, okay, it is a your log files. All the log files will be kept in a var directory. Okay. ఏ బబ్లు అక్కడ లైట్ పోయిందా చూడు. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? You can respond on chat or on questions area. Yes. Okay. So, okay, var is nothing but all your log files. The entire log files will be kept in this particular directory. Now generally whatever happening in your system, if you want to know, you can go to the var directory and you can check what is happening. Okay, if you go to the var, in a var we have a log, there is a log file. Okay, if you want to see the messages, there is a file called messages. Okay, see that what is happening to this particular one. Okay, what is happening in your system. If you want to know in detail, okay, you can see that log message. Okay, at what time? September 22. What is the date today? 25th. Okay, if you want to know directly the last, okay, the 25th date you want to know. Okay, you don't want to go with all these things, right? You don't want to go with all these things. You want to know the last what happened. Today what happened. Okay, you can say tail hyphen file is whatever it is, tail messages. So it will show you the last what happened, the few lines. Okay.